Welcome back to tonight's stroll with Titus. Again, we're just out here walking through the neighborhood. I'd like to give another update. Again, I keep saying this, I don't necessarily mean for this to be a daily vlog, more of when things happen. But here we are again for the third day in a row. I guess that's keeping me consistent. Yesterday I was very excited because I met the milestone of being able to run for 5 minutes on a treadmill. This under the direction of my physical therapist, who said I was ready to give it a try. Well, today I went to the gym again, warmed up on the bike, 10 minutes on the bike, and then about a minute or two walking on the treadmill before I bumped it up to running pace. Here's the thing, here's the update for today. It did not feel good. Pain was getting worse with each step, and as I was going, I made the decision to stop even less than a minute into this jog on the treadmill, and so I did. I did not want to push it more than I needed to. Yeah, so that's today's update. Definitely hurt and continued to hurt for most of the rest of the day. Again, might have been aggravated a little bit more later in the day. We had some fun today, some fun plans. We went to the local water park today. We took all of our 4 kids, plus my mom, so the kids' grandma, and also my niece, my brother's daughter, who is a year younger than our daughter Lizzie, and went to the water park, got there at noon, and hung out there all day until it was time for my physical therapy appointment. And so, yeah, that was over 3 hours of hanging out at the water park, and then they stayed there a little bit longer, and I walked to the physical therapy appointment. But they did a great job. It was so much fun to just hang out and be involved with what they're doing. We did the lazy river. They had a toddler slide, and Lizzie and Jacqueline loved just going up and down and up and down and up and down that toddler slide. They had a great time. But yep, that was today. At my physical therapy appointment, I talked to them, gave them the update that yesterday running felt really good, got my hopes up. I even made the video that said, here we go, the journey begins. And then today wasn't able to even go a minute before pain caused me to stop. And so the pain today was kind of in a different spot, but I've had it, had the pain there before, but it was across the first metatarsal. So my injury, as you recall, was mostly was a bone marrow edema in the 3rd and 4th metatarsals. And so this was across the first metatarsal, so behind it was the foot that connects into the big toe, and it just felt like it was getting tighter and tighter as I ran, and it was producing a sharp pain with each step. And so decided that I should stop. When I had told the physical therapist about that, they suggested calling the doctor to set up a follow-up appointment, since it's been a while since I had, probably about 6 to 7 weeks since I had a doctor's appointment with my doctor. And so they didn't even wait for me to call. They called to talk directly to the doctor's office, and we set up an appointment for Tuesday. And so we got about 5 days till that appointment. My plan is to take it easy, not necessarily try to run unless something drastically good happens and I feel without pain again. But today, nothing necessarily seemed to make that pain go away. It just kind of lingered throughout the day. However, as soon as I stopped running, the pain was no longer in that first metatarsal. It migrated back to where you would expect it to be in that 3rd and 4th metatarsal. Even the outside, the 5th metatarsal on that foot. And so it's interesting. The pain being in various places makes me kind of wonder if being in the boot for so long had weakened the muscles that control the arch of my foot, and with the weak muscles there, it probably doesn't help when I'm striding and pushing through the foot, and so that's why I'm getting pain elsewhere. That's just my idea. Again, whenever you're in the boot, boots are the most annoying thing, and the longer you're in the boot, the more like negative effects it has because of the atrophy in the muscles in the foot. It's amazing how you use those muscles in your foot on a daily basis without realizing it, and then once they get a break, you really need to build back that strength. And so that's why I start and end each day with foot strengthening exercises, and hopefully those are doing their job, and pretty soon my foot will be strong enough that I would be able to run without this migrating pain throughout it. But we'll see what the doctor says next Tuesday. Also, summer's kind of winding down to a close. It's getting harder and harder to schedule appointments and physical therapy around my teaching schedule. We have teaching meetings coming up next week, and I'm going to be developing a curriculum for a new class that I haven't taught before, and one for which we don't have a textbook for. I'm going to be focusing on what the principal calls plants and animals, and so it's going to be a science class focusing on natural resource science, especially natural resources that we have here in the state of Nebraska. And so that's always exciting to think about, but also a lot of work. And so I know that over the next couple of weeks before school starts, because school starts in less than 2 weeks, well, I guess 2 weeks from today, it's going to be a lot of work to schedule those appointments around, but also a lot of work to get done. Anyway, that's about all I have for tonight. Small update. Not very exciting news. Opposite of the exciting news as yesterday. Run did not go well today, basically non-existent, and then I felt that nagging ache throughout my foot the rest of the day. But there's your update. Have a great night. God's blessings.